So, I'm Zina. I'm 24-year-old personal development trainer coming from Algeria. We personal development trainers are used to trying to inspire our audience using stories of people who started from nothing, who lived in poverty, or were orphans, or had physical handicap, but succeeded eventually against all the odds. But I personally get my motivation from a very different kind of people. This picture is from last week, where my initiative organized for the second time a camp called Wadjihni, that's the Arabic of Guide Me. And the teenagers you see came from different parts of the country, different backgrounds, but had two things in common. First, they were high school students, and second, at that point of their lives, they were lost. They didn't know anything about their future, they didn't have a personal vision, and some of them thought their talent was going to be wasted. That's the kind of people that I do what I do for. But before talking about what I do, I want to ask two questions and try to answer them. The first one is, why is being lost in a generation of Algerians who have access to a huge amount of resources, free healthcare, free education from elementary school to university, the internet, but however, they are still lost. Second question is, what is fulfillment anyway, and how do we get it? The answer for the first question was obvious for me from the beginning. When you consider the fact that an Algerian student spends an average of 7 hours a day, 5 days a week, 9 months a year, for 13 years in his life in schools, but is still lost at the end of it, I think there is something wrong with the educational system. So, what do our schools teach? They teach mathematics and science, so don't worry. But they teach also conformity. We all go through the same courses. We all have the same homeworks. We all wear the same kind of outfit. And differences are not really encouraged. You can ask any students who try to solve an exercise differently than the teacher taught him. That didn't work out. The second thing that our schools teach is comfort. Do you remember the place in the classroom where you used to sit in? I remember mine because I didn't change it for years. And it was in the front line because I was a gunner, yeah? That's history. But comfort. Yeah, that's the kind of thing that our schools advocate for, a future that is comfortable, in a comfortable job without taking any risk. What do our schools don't teach? Our schools don't teach us to learn about ourselves. I don't remember any session I went through reflecting on myself. All I know about myself, I discovered after high school, not in the university, but in NGOs, where I stepped out of my comfort zone and worked with different mentalities and had to face different challenges. Second thing that our schools don't teach is curiosity. Right now, doing a research in school means printing the results on Wikipedia. Third thing that our schools don't teach is self-confidence. You can ask any student, and I saw a lot of them, who were intimidated by teachers or staff in front of other students, who spent 13 years in schools without voicing their views. And fourth thing, and that's the most important thing, is that we don't learn to find the why of our life. We don't learn, and we are not given opportunity to search for who we want to be, not what we want to be, not becoming a doctor or an engineer, but helping people or solving issues. That being said, what's fulfillment anyway, and how do we get it? That question was hard for me to answer. But one day, I read this quote from Einstein, and of course, he does know everything. He said, "Everything is energy. Match the frequency of the reality you want, and you cannot help but get that reality. This is not philosophy, this is physics." That became my life equation and my initiatives equation too. It has 3 components. So let's talk about what I do. I have a social enterprise that I co-founded with 2 friends, and it's called the butterfly effect. That's effet papillon. And based on that Einstein equation, what we do is trying to give access to the Algerian high school students and students in general to personal development trainings inside and outside of schools. We also try to advocate for innovation in education and rethink curriculums. What we teach our students are 3 components. The first one is global mindset. We make them explore the world, its diversity, its issues, and what their peers in the other countries are doing. Because we believe that people who know their world know the reality they can create. Personal discovery is about discovering themselves, their passion, their values, their weaknesses and skills, so they can know what they can contribute to that world. The third one is about matching that energy, and we believe that the students cannot match the energy of the reality they want if they don't have a certain amount of skills, like time management, leadership, working in teams, and those all are skills that we don't learn in our schools. So these are the 3 components of Einstein equation, and these are the things we focus on. We have a sub-project called Wadjihni. That's the first one that I talked about. And it always ended in tears, because those lost students always go through a journey of self-discovery, academic discovery, professional discovery, and eventually discovery of life, a discovery of their goals, and a discovery of how they get to those goals. I want to end with a quote from Gandhi. He said that the difference between what we are doing and what we are capable of doing can solve most of the world's problems. So I want you to use this platform today from Stanford University to ask every parent, every sibling, every teacher to tell their student or son or sibling that doing what they are capable of doing is not magic. It is a potential that they already have. And all they need is to discover themselves, decide which reality they want, and match those 2 energies. That is not philosophy, that is physics. Thank you.